company and a little bit about you.
Okay. The candle business is called Alchemy and Fire Candle Co. It was actually started as one of those projects where my husband was looking for a candle, and I was like, how hard can it be to make one? And then next thing you know, I've got a business going. We've been doing it for 3 years. It's all designed to basically just invoke memories by the scents that we create and everything else like that. And one of my favorite things is doing custom blends. I think there's just something special about that, where someone can say, I want something that smells like this, and I say, okay, let's do that. So
I just did that. I smelled one of your candles. I think it was like the Santa one, and I looked at my mom and I was like, it smells like your home during the holidays.
See, and that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about.
That's awesome. One of the trends that we've been seeing is like a custom scent for weddings. So it's just like you could do, even if it's not a favor, you could do a favor, but even just like some candles around the room that has like and invokes the feeling. So if anyone ever smells anything like that again, they'll come back to that memory of that wedding, that celebration.
And that's what we actually did for our wedding. When we got married, we gave candle favors as our wedding gifts, and because we got married in December and Christmas is one of our favorite holidays, we did, Christmas scents, and everybody absolutely loved them.
That's awesome. Well, is there anything else you want to share about your company, or?
We are local, so everything is done here in Charleston. We actually live out in Cross, so it's all a home-based business.
Awesome.
And we do markets around town and everything else like that.
All right, perfect. Well, we'll share your information down below, and then we definitely look forward to working with you.
Awesome.
I'm gonna buy some candles today, that's for sure.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
I was already like that one and that one. Well, thank you for doing that. That's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you,
really
guys.
good.
Thank you.
Oh, hey guys, how are you doing? All right, so we are talking about 2024 trends, but first I want you to tell me about your business, what you do, and the people that you serve, and then we'll get into trends for next year.
So I'm Jenna.
I'm Jenna as well.
Both Jenna. We work for a company called Lamb John USA. We're based out of Mount Pleasant. We have 3 locations. We had one in Myrtle Beach, one in New Orleans, and then one locally in Mount Pleasant. Our business is menswear. We do everything from custom, so custom suits, custom tuxes, sport coats, anything you can think of, and then also casual wear. So we have Johnny O, we carry a lot of different brands, a lot of local Faraday and different things like that. But our business and what we base off is our personal relationship with all of the guys that we work with and their wives, anyone who shops for them. So it's a really good brand.
All right, awesome. So let me ask you this. So if someone isn't local here, can they still order from you guys and do like sizing and all that stuff as well?
Yes, so I'm a stylist there. And some of the clients I've never met face to face. They've never even come into our shop. So we have an app that we can send out. They just scan themselves, and then we can just over the phone pick out what they want and all that. We have 2 factories, one in Thailand and one in Portugal, and that's typically where we get all of our stuff made. But yeah, with the Johnny O and stuff, once you build that relationship, you see what people like. Like when I walk around the store, I'm like, oh, so-and-so would like that, so-and-so would like that. And so I just send pictures and ship it out to them.
That's awesome. So you are like a personal stylist, but only for guys. You wouldn't be my personal stylist.
So we do women's. We do women's. So I'm newer in the business, but we do have another stylist, Molly, and she kills it. She has 8 years worth of business. And
I called someone Molly like all day yesterday, but her name wasn't Molly. It was awful.
Gosh, the worst. And it's funny when they just go with it.
Well, the thing is, like, I was telling everybody else her name was Molly. I was like, she's so sweet. Molly is so sweet. And then I was like, is your name? Because he's the DJ that was at the event last night, and he was like, I don't have a Molly. Like, and I was like, no, her name is Molly. And then I went to her and I was like, isn't your name's? And she was like,
what was it? What was her?
Rosie.
Oh my
so
god.
Not even close.
Oh my god.
That is so funny.
Anyway, so okay, so perfect. So let me ask you this: what are you guys seeing trending right now, or that you see coming up in 2024?
Honestly, I feel like everyone's different. Everyone likes what they like. But the most universal is definitely a lighter jacket. So in the menswear, half line, quarter lined. So it's very lightless, lightweight, and then fun, crazy like prints on the inside.
Yeah, we have really cool linings you can pick from, and not just custom measurements, but really like personalizing your own jacket. So with a lot of weddings or like special events, like guys come in, they want to make this jacket and they want to just make it known why, you know,
Yeah.
make
style.
it, yeah,
Their style.
yeah.
Perfect. I love that. That's awesome. Okay, so how can we as a wedding planning company serve you? Like what do you want to like share? Like I know we're gonna drop your information below and everybody's gonna like see, like be able to look you guys up, but how can we like serve you as a wedding planning company?
Well, really just obviously putting our name out there, but we want to stand out from the rest of people. We want to make it the easiest, the best time. Like we have a bar at work, so you know, come in,
Nice.
have a drink, get comfortable. We want to learn about you. You know, just make it an experience, not just like, because it's an exciting time.
Yeah.
You know, weddings, any events.
We like to joke around and say like we're the easy button, and brides have been dreaming about their big day since whatever. Grooms just haven't. Like,
Yeah.
sorry, but
Yeah.
we want to be the easy button for them. They come in, all the groomsmen take care of them. Bride does not worry about anything. No questions asked.
Yeah.
We have your back. So.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, we cannot wait to highlight you guys and tell
Appreciate
everybody
it.
about you. I love that app scanning thing. That's really cool.
Yes.
So we have a lot of grooms that have their groomsmen all over, and so that's like a struggle to get them
Right.
situated. So I love that. So thank you guys so much.
Thank you for
Yes,
having us.
Good
We
luck.
appreciate
Good
it.
luck today at the expo.
Yes,
Thank
we're
you.
excited to be here.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Awesome. All right, so I am here with Travis
Hey.
from Famous Music Group.
FMG.
He is one of our most favorite people, most favorite DJs. So tell us, Travis, about your company, where you're from, where you go, and then we'll talk about some trends.
Hey, FMG Event Company provides DJs, entertainment, bands, all types of entertainment enhancements all through the Carolinas, the Southeast, Florida, wherever the party is. Fun parties for fun people.
That's his tagline. And then you like cold sparklers.
Yes.
You have photo
Sparklers,
booths,
photo booths, CO2 cannons,
right? Fog machines,
fog machines.
all the things
all
to
the
make your
things.
wedding amazing.
Enhance the experience.
Yes, for sure. And honestly, I've been working with Travis for many years, and I love him. He will make your wedding, because DJs will make or break your wedding. You can have some DJs that are you're just like, this is a bad decision
Yeah.
all around.
I call them the 40-degree days. You know about a 40-degree day? 40-degree days is nobody cares about it. You'll forget about it.
Yeah.
When it's cold, it's like 20, 30 degrees. You remember that.
Yeah.
Wow, it's real cold outside. 70 degrees, you're like, yo, it's nice. 40-degree days, nobody thinks about it.
That is hilarious. That's so funny. All right, so we are talking about 2024 trends for on this episode. So tell me about what you're seeing coming up in 2024.
Yeah, so you touched on a few of them, but in terms of the music and the entertainment side of it, I love that people are getting away from the bouquet talk and the garter thing.
Yes.
We're getting away from that. I love it. All the super traditional things are kind of going out the window. People just want to party.
People do want to party. How much do you hate we're on two different sides of the fence here. Like, so I'm a wedding planner, you're the DJ.
Yeah.
How much do you hate, how much do you despise the early send-off or the faux send-off?
That's going to be the next thing. I hate the early send-off because it kills the party.
Yeah.
It might be, maybe you can make it a game time decision if you decide you want to end early, but if your party's going and you want your party to continue going, do not do the early send-off because people just...
Yeah. Well, I think sometimes
to
it
bring them back.
confuses people. They're like, wait, like something happens in their subconscious. It's like the night's over.
Yeah.
And it's hard to get, and I can agree that it is hard to get them back. I do see it happen a lot. I am guilty of putting that in the timeline. But it's because of their time of the photographers. But
Right. Now, we did one that was cool at Founders Hall. Jackie and Kevin, they did a cool early send-off, and then they did a whole grand re-entrance.
yes.
And that kind of excited
Right.
everybody back to it. So that one was acceptable.
Yeah.
But for the most part, you just have to know you got to know your family and know your people, and
Yeah.
usually it's hard to get them back.
It is hard to get them back. It really is. All right, so
Don't
what
like
else
the
are
early
you seeing?
send-off. Other traditions, like most people nowadays aren't doing the traditional dinner music, and I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
They don't want the elevator piano thing.
Right.
They want upbeat, almost danceable. Like, I'm from New York and New Jersey, of course, but like what they're doing in New Jersey weddings, they start dancing before dinner.
Yeah.
So I'm starting to see a lot of those northern trends start to move
What is she
down.
doing?
I'm gonna start doing. There's a camera there. Yep,
You're-
there's a camera.
Julia.
Yep, that's the camera.
You're in front of the camera.
So yeah, a lot of those northern trends are starting to come down as far as dancing during dinner or before dinner, and
Yeah.
not just sitting around chilling. And even with music, couples are more into custom music.
Yeah.
They don't want just a regular plain Jane version of that Taylor Swift song.
Right,
that they
right,
heard.
right.
Now I can be a lot more creative with a new version of that song that they haven't heard before, and they're like, "Oh my God, that's my jam! I hadn't heard that." You know?
Right. I love that. Yeah, that's good. I do like starting, but for two reasons. As the feedback that I hear from couples is, I wish I had more time with my DJ, with music. And so when you incorporate that with dinner, it feels very much like they got that experience longer.
Yeah, absolutely. And like even with cocktail hour, doing like some really interactive cocktail hour and then bringing that into dinner instead of just sitting around listening to, you know, Elton John for
Yeah.
an hour. You know, people can kind of
Yeah.
helps dinner go better because they're not sitting around waiting for their tables to be called. They can
Yeah,
be doing something.
they can be
and,
doing
you know,
something.
having
Yeah,
a
I
good
do like
time.
that.
I love it.
That's good.
I love it. That's one of my favorite trends.
Yeah, that's a good
Dancing
trend.
during dinner. Folks.
Dancing
Let's do
during
it.
dinner. A dinner dance off.
A dinner dance off.
Dinner dance off. DDO. That's our new thing.
I'm here for it. We're workshopping that.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. What are you seeing that's super hot? That was super hot, but now you're seeing it kind of fade out.
Line dancing.
Yes.
Absolutely. Line dancing. I'm getting a lot more couples in our planning app tell me specifically on their do not play portion, no line dancing. And that means not just Cotton Eye Joe and all those, but even Cupid Shuffle, Wobble, meaning no organized group. Everybody's doing the same thing,
Yeah.
dances. A lot more couples don't want that. A lot of people have been to 100 weddings in the last 3 years. All their
Right.
friends and family. They don't want anything that everybody else did. No line dancing means a party for me. I love it.
Yeah, that's good. Well, Travis, I adore you. You know that. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Yes,
It's
absolutely.
been a pleasure. This is a great little show you have.
It
going on.
is. It's cute, right? Well, we have a lot to come in 2024. You got to
Yeah.
keep watching because we are, not only is Travis one of our most favorite DJs, he also is behind the scenes to this podcast. He does all of the editing and everything, so
Yeah.
we love him.
Thank you. We love you as well.
Yes.
Let's keep going.
Okay. All right, so tell us about your company, tell us your name and all that good stuff.
Okay, so I'm Katie Grader, and I'm the founder of Carolina Bride Guide. So we now have our flagship market in Charlotte as well as Charleston and Raleigh. In 2024, you'll also see Asheville and Greenville.
Awesome. Yeah, awesome. So tell us about like what do you do in each event? What do you guys do?
So we host the Best of Carolina Bridal Show. So it's a smaller version of like the big expos because it's much more digestible when you can have a one-on-one conversation. We also design it where it's typically at more of a social setting. So the grooms, family members, they're more inclined to want to come and tag along. A groom can grab a beer and relax while the bride does all the talking. And it leads to more one-on-one conversations. So they're able to leave here with decisions because they go home and talk about who they met and can remember them. So trying to create a more one-on-one experience so that vendors and couples see more success from it.
Awesome. So tell us a little bit about what trends that you think are going to be big for the following year.
So what we did with my wedding, I wanted people to have a lot of fun, and so like weddings are weddings, but I wanted people to leave like, oh, that was a really cool experience.
Yeah.
So we got a lot of feedback about our character artists at cocktail hour. Let's see, the dessert bar, like having a variety of things. Not everybody loves cake, even though I do.
Yeah.
But more donuts, macarons, and things like that. Let's see. What else?
hoping to set a trend with the velvet.
Yes, I love velvet linens.
Yeah.
They're amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we'll see a lot more. I also love like color. Like black and white is super traditional, and I love that. But I love that we're seeing a lot more color.
Yeah, a lot more vibrant. A lot like in the florals and the textured linens, like all that good stuff. Yeah. Well, thank you for coming on, and we'll drop all your information below, and look forward to the next event.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so we have one of the couples that are here at the Porter Room for the expo. So tell us your names.
Julian Lightner.
Alexis Oldham. Sorry, I don't have a voice. I've lost my.
How did you lose your voice? You were screaming. You went out last night, didn't you?
Lots of partying and fun. A little too much fun.
Yeah. So tell me, why did you come to the expo? Like, what are you looking for?
Well, we recently got engaged like a month or so ago, and just kind of wanted to get an idea for venues, event planning. We wanted to look at, bridal boutiques, bridesmaid gowns and all kinds of stuff, just to really figure out what we want, what we like, what we don't like, So it just kind of gives us a foundation.
Yeah.
So we have enough time to really plan for what we want.
So what are you thinking as far as like when are you getting married?
We're looking at like around spring 2025 to allow enough time, because I don't want to rush, and that's a lot of stress that I don't need.
Perfect. So what, so have you gone to an expo before, or is this your first time?
It's our first one.
First one.
So do you have a venue yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
So brand new on the scene.
Yeah, we just got engaged like 3 weeks ago, so
Okay. All right.
very fresh.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay. So because I'm a wedding planning company, so tell me how you feel about wedding planners. Like how do you feel like a wedding planner would help you?
I think it would be helpful. Part of me wants to do a little bit on my own, but I would love to have like a partial planner to help me with especially stuff closer to like the end of the last like 2 months, 3 months, when it really comes crunch time and it starts to get stressful. So I think that's kind of what I'm looking for, but I'm open to it. I think it's wonderful. It takes a lot of stress off me so that I don't have to do it, because I still have life on top of wedding planning. It's crazy. So to have somebody that's like experienced, they know what they're doing, I need that in my life. So that's
awesome. I love that. So to give you a little bit of quick advice, boom, 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 like right off the bat, like fire advice, plan in blocks. So most important vendors to book is your venue, planner, caterer, DJ, photographer. Those 5 first.
okay.
And then everything else will fall into place after that. Your venue is your container. A planner can help you find a venue. So when our couples come to us and they don't have a venue yet, I joke and say I'm their realtor. So I will go and like show them venues and stuff and be like, here's the venue, this is your like ensuite, like type of stuff, But those are the kind of things that book up the fastest.
Yeah.
So even though you're in 2025,
Sorry to book up.
we're almost fully booked. So 2025 is booking up. So you're in perfect spot to do that. I think it's great. So I hope you enjoy yourself today at the expo.
Thank you.
I'm definitely gonna give you guys. I already was so rude and took your spot in the photo booth thing. So now I feel like I owe you. So I'm gonna give you a free planning session or something. So, anyways, all right. Thank you guys for being such good sports and coming on the podcast.
Yeah, thank you.
So much.
Thank you.
Congratulations on your engagement.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So we are here with Alex, who is the venue manager at the Porter Room here in Charleston. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Alex.
So I started in hospitality in mid-2010, 11, and worked at Vendu for years, and so then came over here in 2022, started August of last year. And so, yeah, it's been an absolute blast. We have a beautiful venue here, open air venue. We can do anywhere from 100 to 300 people. And so, yeah, we have some great options. But,
Yeah, we love the Porter Room. We do weddings. We actually were just here last night doing a wedding. So the Porter Room is one of our favorite venues. So tell us, what is your ideal couple? Like, what is your ideal?
I mean, I think we work great for a couple that's looking for a beautiful, casual spot. We're a brewery. I like to tell people we don't take ourselves too seriously, but this is a blank slate. We're open air space that have 2 walls that can open up to the outside. We're sitting on the water on Noisette Creek. We've got a beautiful oak grove that works great for smaller ceremonies. Some of the really fun features that we've added this year, we can do a bourbon bar where we can do custom bourbon tastings, have people come in, go through a guided whiskey flight with experts from the distillery, but then we can always bring some of our master brewers over and do a guided beer flight, show you some of the fun stuff, and then the really fun feature we've got is we will do a custom label with you guys, take one of our 4 flagships and wrap it with a custom graphic from one of our custom graphic designers to do something to really pop for you guys for the night, make it special, and give you something that you can keep as a keepsake to take home.
Yeah, so that's awesome. So the great thing about the Porter Room, it's not just your average venue. It's not just a space where you have to like fit in. They do a lot of customization. It, like Alex said, it's a blank space. They have a lot of like the bourbon bar and all those things are really great. So tell me what kind of trends you're seeing coming in for 2024. Are you seeing anything like shifting when you're doing weddings?
I can't say that I know of specifically the trends. I mean, we're seeing a lot of the kind of setup walls where you do the greenery wall with the names behind it and something fun where people have for a photo op. I think that's one of the things we're seeing a lot of, is that people want to be able to capture these moments and have something, not only the professional photos, but things that we all take ourselves and are able to take with us. And so that's always fun. I think we've got kind of a beautiful picturesque area outside, and so you really have the ability of capturing stuff inside the venue, but then customizing some stuff and doing some lounge furniture setups outside to really have something that looks unique. The other fun thing we're really looking forward to adding in 2024, we're going to add a dock. So the photo ops are really gonna pop going into next year.
No, I love that. That's good news. I love it. Well, thank you, Alex, so much for jumping on the podcast with us. We love this venue. We're super excited to do weddings here with you.
Thanks for having me.
And we will see you just in like 2 weeks to do another wedding.
Awesome. Looking forward to it, guys.
All right, so tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I'm Alex. I manage Bella Bridesmaids in Charleston, Columbia, and Greenville, South Carolina. Bella is a franchise of 50 stores across the country, all locally owned and operated by women. It's been around for, I think we're a little over 20 years, and the Charleston store is one of the oldest stores at 17 years.
Awesome.
Actually this month.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that. Woman owned. I love it. Yeah. Mother and daughter team for us. So
yes,
we love it. We appreciate
our owners are mother-daughter team, and then actually the franchise owners in Chicago that own kind of like the umbrella franchise, they're mother-daughter team as well.
I love that.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about the trends that you see coming out, because I know like that's a big thing right now, the change in dresses.
Yes. So obviously, I think we've all seen it on Instagram, the like mix match look of different prints and colors and textures and all of that. That's still very big.
Yeah.
We can do that. We kind of are masters at that to make sure it's a very cohesive look and it's exactly what the bride wants. There's no guessing game with what color. But also we can do anything from that to like everybody in the same dress, same color.
Yeah.
Very cohesive. And I would say we really kind of, I feel like there's a very polarizing effect with all of the mix and match stuff online to where brides like either want that or they're like, it's too complicated. I just want everybody in the same thing because I can't even think about,
That's the thing. Like people want the matched outfits, but they don't know how to pull it off or it's actually going to look good.
Yeah, so that's where Bella comes in handy because we have access to all these designers that they would, their bridesmaids would be going to shop with. However, we can put it all together in front of them so they can see the whole lineup of the mix and match look. And then once we put it all in our system, the bridesmaids can go to any store across the country to try on and get measured for that color that they're in or whatever. So there's no guessing game on the wedding day of how it's going to look.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for coming on. We'll definitely send couples your way because girls are always struggling. The mismatch is like the big thing. Almost everyone wants to do it, but they're always like, I don't know how. It's like that fear of it not looking right. And so that's awesome that you guys help them out and do all that.
That's my favorite. Awesome. Like palettes are my favorite thing.
Yeah.
It's such a fun creative outlet, but also you can watch the whole thing come to life. So it's so fun.
Yeah. Well, thank you. We're going to share your information down below and can't wait to work with you.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you.
This has been so fun.
Thank you guys for watching us interview all these awesome vendors. It's been so fun. As you can hear, you've been able to hear this whole episode. We are actively in a loud and exciting environment. Lots of people talking, a lot of interconnections. And
yes. So my advice for you, kind of closing out, is when you go to an expo, go with a mission, because when you go in with just like too much of like, I'm just gonna go and see what's out there, it's very overwhelming.
Yeah.
So go with like, okay, these are what I need to book. I need to book this, this, and this. Or go with like a purpose, and it'll give you more of a plan of action, because they can be super overwhelming.
Yeah.
But this has been so extraordinary. I love it. So all of the people that we spoke today, you will see their contact information below. Make sure that you like and follow and comment, and we will see you next time.
All right, bye guys. Thank you.
Bye.